What's up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about products that I'm using more regularly just to use them up. So most of these products are ones that I don't really like there's just something about them, whether it be they're not good or they're just not my favorite, like they don't really excite me and wow me. But there are a couple of products in here that I actually do really like, but maybe I've hit pan on them or I'm almost out and I want to make room for more. Like I want to get rid of some space and I want to be able to appreciate more things in my collection. And whenever you have a lot of multiples of one type of product, it's really hard to do that. And even though this video and this topic is pretty random, like it's very miscellaneous, I love product discussion videos because I feel like they're all informative and useful in some way. Most of these things I have talked about at least once before, and maybe you haven't heard of me talk about them in a while, so it's kind of giving you a product update as well. So that's always fun. So if you like videos like this, they're just kind of more chilled and relaxed and really don't have a big purpose. Like it's just to hang out. Like we're just hanging out, talking about makeup. Then give this video a thumbs up to let me know that you want to see more like it. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure you turn your bell on so that you never miss an upload from me. So the first product I have is the one that I've had sitting on my desk like in plain sight, so that whenever I sit down to do my makeup, I see it and I'm like, it sparks my memory to use it. And that's the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Recently, I've really tried to use this on a daily basis, try to use it up, because I can actually see the finish line. Like I can see, like, it's down to the wire. Like I've got two, unfortunately, so I've got two to use up. But the reason I don't like this is because it looks too dry in my under eye area and I get creasing with it. It's not as drying as like Tarte Shape Tape, but it just doesn't really do any favors for my under eye area. And it just goes to show you, like, it's so wasteful to buy multiples of one product that you don't know anything about because you may not like it and then you're stuck with it. Like I can't return these. So yeah, I'm really gonna try and make it a resolution for myself this year to only buy one of anything. Another concealer that I have is one that I actually really do like. This is actually one of my favorite concealers, and I don't want to get rid of it because I'm tired of using it or tired of looking at it, because honestly it's one that I probably wouldn't feel comfortable not having my collection, because it's one that always works for me year round. Like this is one that I've tested for years and years. And that's the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Like this is probably one of the best concealers at the drugstore in general. But the reason I want to use this up is because, number one, I see that I'm about out. Like I can see a little bit of a finish line. Again, I just have so many other concealers that I don't get to enjoy, but this is one of my favorite concealers of all time. And then I have a setting spray. So this is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I don't like this because it doesn't improve the wear of my makeup. It is really good for making your skin look very just refreshed and glowy and hydrated, and it kind of gives you that glass skin look, and it removes cakiness and powderiness and all that stuff, but it doesn't improve the wear of my makeup. And for me, I don't want to have to use multiple setting sprays to do different things. Like I just want to use one setting spray that does it all. The sprayer on it is beautiful. Like it's a beautiful mist. I wish that like with these like continuous fine mist bottles, like I wish you could refill them with other things. God, that'd be awesome. So yeah, I'm really trying to make it a point to use this up, because I don't know if you can hear that. There's barely anything in here. I'm so close. Then another setting spray I have is this. It's actually in a Wet n Wild setting spray, but it's actually the Kokie Priming Spray. I'll put a picture of what it actually looks like over here. We're just in a point in time where I can't do mediocre anymore. Like for a product to not step it up and to meet the standard of what other things are doing, like this Morphe setting spray, like this mister is bomb. I don't understand why more brands don't do this, but yeah, the sprayer at the Kokie Priming Spray sucks so bad. It's so hard and just indirect. It's one of those that just messes up your makeup because it sprouts out little water droplets all over your face. So I did put it in the Wet n Wild spray bottle because I like it better, and I thought I would get more use out of it if I actually like the sprayer on it. But I just don't like the product itself. To me, it just didn't really do anything. I'm just not someone that's into priming facial sprays. Like I feel like a setting spray can do the exact same thing. It's kind of a gimmick. Yeah, I wouldn't repurchase this, wouldn't recommend it. And then I have a powder, and this is one that I'm trying to make a purpose to use up just because it's about out. And again, I just want to make room in my collection. So this is the Avon True Color Flawless Loose Powder. This is actually my favorite face powder. If a foundation doesn't wear well or doesn't last with this powder, it sucks. Like this powder makes everything work so much better than what it would with any other powder. Like it's my favorite powder, but it is discontinued because Avon sucks. And I do dread running out of it, because then I know that I'm gonna have to go through the process of trying to find a good seller on eBay and blah, blah, blah. But even when I do run out of this, I'm not going to repurchase it automatically, like as soon as I get done, just because there are so many powders in my collection and I have no room for any more, and I really need to use up what I have. So yeah, I'm sad about using it up, but I'm also excited because then I get to appreciate other stuff in my collection. And then I have a brow powder. So I never use brow powders. I just don't enjoy them. And for the longest time I went through phases like back and forth where I would go through a phase of loving brow pencils and then brow powders and then brow pomades. And now I'm just kind of stuck in my phase of I just want brow pencils. Like, that's all I need. So this is the Kokie Brow Kit in the shade Blonde. This is actually my perfect shade match. Like, these two shades, they're perfect. It's just I don't use brow powders. So if you're someone that does like a brow powder formula, definitely check this out because it is a really good product. I like these two shades. With brow powders that have two shades, I always only use one. And I know the purpose is to use a lighter one for the inner portion and then the darker one for the outer portion. To me, it's just that I'm just kind of past that. Like, I don't feel like it's necessary to have two different brow shades. Yeah, good product, just I don't use brow powders anymore. You know, there's some products in here that I don't even think I've talked about on my channel, like ever, but these are two that I've talked about that I'm gonna give you some updates on. So the first one is the L'Oreal Unlimited Mascara. I actually really do like this formula. Like, I love the effect that it gives, and this is like a one layer and done kind of formula. I really don't need to layer it up and, you know, just apply coat after coat because it gives that false lash effect and it gives everything that I want really quickly. But I have a couple of issues. Number one, if I layer it too much, like if I apply more than one coat, it flakes throughout the day. So it's not really one that I trust. But my other problem is with the packaging. Number one, it's just really bulky and it takes up a lot of space in my collection. But also the sifter on it always comes out. And it probably won't today because I'm wanting it to. Yep, it does fine today. But most days I have a problem with the sifter actually coming out with the wand. So that's a really big packaging flaw, and it's super annoying and it's messy. And then I have the Believe Beauty Brow Defining Pencil, which I just talked about in my recent Full Face Believe Beauty. So I'll put that video up here. It's from that Dollar General brand, which I absolutely love. But I have a couple of issues. Number one, it's very waxy and it's super, super pigmented. So you can go overboard really fast and you can build up the pigmentation way too easily. The pigmentation doesn't adhere to the brow, so if you get it on your skin, like where it's not a dry enough formula, it just moves everywhere. So like whenever I go in with a spoolie to try to disperse the product evenly and like to move it around, it just gets all over my skin. It leaves gaps. Like, it just doesn't want to actually stick to the skin on your brow and like your actual brow hairs. And just the color, it's just way too dark for me, and it just builds up way too fast. So for me, the little update, I don't like this one. Then I have the Maybelline Dream Bronze BB Balm. This isn't even sold anymore. And like, the reason I want to use this up, like, I actually love this product. This is one of my favorite bronzer, like cream bronzer formulas. It's a liquid bronzer. This came out maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Like, I don't know why they discontinued it because it's a really, really good product and it has really good staying power. It's a beautiful color. I feel bad for, you know, like whenever I link stuff in my description box or whenever I link things on Instagram for my makeup of the days, you know, I feel bad if you can't actually buy it still. So I try to use this on days that I'm not taking pictures or filming or anything. Like, no one knows what I'm wearing, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm really close to using this up. Like, it's down to the wire down here, so I'm very, very close. But I also am sad about using it up because I actually really, really like this stuff. Have you guys tried this? Like, did you all try this whenever it was out? Because it was so good. And then I have a BB cream that I got from Wish a couple of years ago. This is the Maria Ayora Matte Effect HD Long Lasting BB Cream. I got this probably for under $5 on the Wish app. I went through a phase where I was all about Wish. I mean, I think we all did. And then you start learning about makeup that was made in China, and it's just like, nah, I'm gonna pass on the horse piss for now. I don't get any adverse reactions with it. Like, it doesn't break me out. It doesn't tingle or irritate or anything, but it's actually a really pretty product. So if it wasn't sold on the Wish app, like if this were like a common product to find, I would recommend this stuff. It's full coverage. It's not really a BB cream. It's just a foundation. Like, it wears just like a foundation, but it's really long lasting. It sits really well on the skin, but I don't know what's in this, so I don't really trust it. I only paid probably $2 for it. And I, you know, even knowing that there could be literal crap in here, I won't throw it away. I need therapy. And then I have another product that's actually one of my favorite products, but it needs to go. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the original shade. So this was, I've had this for a long time. Like, I've had this since before they released all their new shades, and this was the only shade they had out. It's a beautiful formula. It stays put. It's buildable. It's a nice tone. But number one, I've hit pan, and I'm so close. So I'm just kind of obsessed with trying to use it up as much as possible. But also, I want to use this up because I want a deeper shade. And I actually do have a deeper shade. I've had it for a while, but I don't really use it because I want to use this up first. I do like it. I mean, it does work. I just feel like I have to spend too much time building it up to get the intensity that I want. So yeah, beautiful formula though. And like mine's so old that it barely even smells like coconuts anymore. So that's always nice. So I have the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in the shade Moonlight Pearls. Do you guys remember when this was the highlighter to use at the drugstore? This was the highlighter that was trying to dupe all highlighter, or everyone tried to make it dupe all highlighters. I will say whenever you first get it, it's very dry. Like there's like an overspray on it that just makes it really dry and stiff. So if you do decide to buy these, like rub off the very top surface. It's so much more buttery and smooth once you get past the surface. But here's what the shade looks like. It's just your typical like white champagne that's gonna be more suitable for like fair to light skin tones. I've just had this for way too long, and personally I just like something a little bit more warm. Like I've kind of evolved to where I don't like a super blingy in your face highlight. Like I want it to be more lit from within and more dewy and glowy. It is a little frosty and a little shimmery, and it can emphasize a lot of texture and whatnot, and I've got a lot of that going on lately, so I do not need any emphasization on that kind of thing. So yeah, that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments below, what are some products that you're trying to use up? Like, what is your New Year's resolution makeup wise? Like for me, it's to cut back on spending, cut back on buying all the new stuff just because it's new and trendy, and to really focus on appreciating what I have. So yeah, once again, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next one.